Hello, welcome to Design Time. I'm Lacey. We're at that time of the year that we are slowly slipping away from summer, and I know how most people really hate that, and we're edging towards the fall. So what do we do as far as our everyday designs, party work is concerned? Because right now, we have people that still want to hold on to that beautiful color of summer, and they're not quite ready to embrace the beautiful color of fall. But you might want to start to incorporate some into the things that you do. While I was talking about that, I also thought I would point out some of the easy ways to meet some of those tougher budgets today. When we start to look at fall, the beautiful colors of the leaves are one of the first things that people start to incorporate. We get bagged leaves like this that are just waxed or dried, and we'll split them up and we'll add them in various ways. When we start to look at the summer flowers that are still hanging on and lingering around, we can make some beautiful color that sort of has that fall appearance. But an easy way to start to incorporate a little bit is to take a simple branch that you've pulled out of the stems from the bag, break them into several smaller pieces, and just start to tuck that in and around some of those areas that need just a little stronger spot of color. This way, you could easily take anything that's in the cooler and add a little touch of fall just by adding in a little touch of the fall foliage. If you're not quite into the roundy moundy, or you don't have a lot of that work, but you prefer to do something that might be a little more contemporary, start to look at the way that you're adding your floral product and look for those that are either opposites or that sort of complement each other. When we start to look at colors that work well together to push away, like the purples and oranges, we can still take some of those incredible pincushion protea that we're seeing that are still trending and being asked for. Anytime that you have the fall colors, like the yellows and oranges, the reds, if you start to add in a little touch of the purple, especially that bright, vibrant purple, you'll see how they start to really throw away from each other. Because they're such strong colors, they push away and they each will hold their own, so that you don't have to have quite as many floral products, but you can tuck a little bit of the foliage in around the regular foliage that you already have. So again, easily you could take a contemporary design and push it to that fall edge, so that it's not quite a full-on fall design, but it has a little bit of the color, a little bit of the feeling from the fall. If you also want to look at those great containers that you have, you could take some of the fall containers and just do an everyday design in it. Revert back to that sunflowers and roses, stock, maybe the Lysianthus. Add it into these pumpkin designs, or a vase like this will give you that fall feeling without having to go again to the daisies, the CDMs that give you those great fall colors, or adding in some of the burgundies and the more deep, rich colors that we find in the fall. Also too, remember at this time of the year, you're going to start to see people request that great white and orange. It's always been a great combination. We see it at this time of the year start to play out. A lot of the football teams have orange as one of their colors, so it's a great way to incorporate that into some of those tailgating parties. But also, you don't want to miss the opportunity of just adding in a little bit of touch of purple here and there. You can see how it starts to make those other colors just come alive. When we add in those contrasting colors like the oranges and the purples, the blues that get it added in with the yellow, you can see how much that changes the design to make it a little bit more vibrant. So look for just a little touch of something that will add in to that beautiful orange and white and make it just a bit more vibrant. In addition, you can take your everyday containers that you have around and dress them up very easily. Something like this, where we've added some of the fall foliage around the outside of this glass cube. But to push it to that next level, remember that you also have different sizes of cubes. So for a party, you could easily line that with another colored cube to add more vibrancy, more colors. Give them the opportunity to either purchase those containers or rent them, and then you can pick them back up to use again. Adding a little touch like this into an everyday design is a great way to push it to that next level. Don't forget that with your plants, you still have an opportunity to dress those up as well. We've added a plant in here, which is not really a fall plant, but we could either layer this with some of the fall colors of the floral products that we're using. We could put some additional plant product in here. Don't forget the succulents, especially now, because as we talked about just a few weeks ago in one of our design time videos, the succulents that are trending right now are those that have red, orange, yellows, and pink colors that are added in. Also, if you want to push that to the next level, look for a candle or another gift item that you might be able to tuck in there as well. Give them the opportunity to build on a basic design and take it to the budget level that they have available. As we start to look at some other things that we're seeing available at this time of the year, again, a few floral products can really go a long way. If we start to add in some of those branches, especially the ones with the lichen moss that are on there, some of that great Nandina berry that hasn't quite turned to red, but it still has sort of that green-orange color on there, adds a little touch of that fall color, and we've just dressed the container up with a little bit of hemp there or a little rope to give it a little extra texture. When we start to look at other options, some people don't want to see the orange. So you could do something like this and play off of the container. Because this container has some of the bare branches, we've added that in for a vertical design because it's a lot of bang for your buck. Now they're receiving something like this. We've added in some of those deconstructed sunflowers. Maybe the petals weren't quite great, but it adds in that beautiful green and brown colors in there for another color option. And then also too, I love some roadside floria. We all know that we have lots of things out back and around our places that we can help nature go to that next level. Here we've made the top very green and more summer-like, but then added in some basing with the beautiful floral products, and again, just a little touch of the leaves. One thing you want to keep in mind so that it doesn't get so heavily fall at the bottom and green at the top, tuck in a little natural green foliage and add some of that beautiful chartreuse green reindeer moss. Tuck it in between the leaves, tuck it around the floral products. It's just a great way to bring the green from here down to your basing technique that you've put on the bottom. This gives you also options for rather than just doing the round mixed arrangement, add in some texture, add in some architecture that we see here. What I'm suggesting is that you go to that next level. Add a little orange, add a little fall, add a little bit of the pods, the berries, the things that we start to see at this time of the year that make us feel like fall is just around the corner. I hope this will help you with some inspiration for what you're doing on a daily basis, as well as all those parties that we're planning for the fall as we move into this wonderful time of the year. Join us again next time for Design Time. If you liked that video and you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button.